to look at the different resources or tools that you have in your own toolkit that you can really utilize to help your own nervous system come into what is called the ventral vagal state of safety and connection. So it could be being in nature, it could be with those that you live with, being able to actually co-regulate and just have human touch. Could be your pet, could be golfing, it could be any of that stuff. So I just want you to kind of, this is a really good opportunity because a lot of things have been kind of things that externally might have propped us up for a while, are now taken away. And so this is an opportunity to see what things in your life, in your relationships, in your environment that you have right now, and also in your own internal, what things actually nourish your nervous system. That's where this is a really good opportunity. And it's also really, really important. And so breathing is one specific tool in the toolkit, right? And what's so cool about breathing is that it is both a reflection of your current physiological state, right? So like if you're breathing through your mouth, or if you're breathing quickly and more shallow and more rapidly, or even loud, like if you hear your own breathing, those are a reflection, a mirror of your nervous system saying, hey, I'm in a sympathetic, I'm not relaxed, I'm not in a really safe and connected place. So that's both a mirror of and a portal in. So in other words, you get the reflection of the state that you're in by how you're breathing, and then you can deliberately shift your breathing, which is what we're going to do together today, to shift your breathing to regulate your nervous system, to anchor yourself back into that ventral vagal state, which is that state of safety and connection and social engagement. And the more that we're able to do that, both see it and then shift it deliberately, the better we experience our day-to-day life, particularly in this environment, what we're going through today, and the better we engage in the relationships that actually mean most to us. So breathing is just one portal in. So let's start with, I'm going to admit one more person here, if I can. Okay. So I'm going to mute everyone. And all right, so let's just start with a little exercise that's actually intentionally to open up your nostrils, right? And to actually dilate your whole breathing system. So there's inside your nasal cavity, you house nitrogen oxide, which is a bronchodilator. And so this specifically is going to build up some nitric oxide, which then you're going to breathe down into your lungs, and it'll both clear your nose, but it'll also bronchodilate so that you absorb more oxygen into the lower lobes of your lungs, which will then get more blood being absorbing the oxygen more to your cells and tissues throughout your whole body. So first thing we're going to do is just check in with how you're breathing right now. Okay. Close your mouth. So if your mouth was open, just let your mouth be closed. And set your intention throughout this whole practice to keep your mouth closed, not forced, not clenched, but just lips are closed and a relaxed mouth and jaw. And in particular, notice where your tongue is resting in your mouth right now. So ideally, you should feel your tongue resting on the roof of your mouth, the front 2/3 of your tongue. And let your tongue relax and sort of widen over the roof of the mouth. So you're not holding it strong and tense, but you're softening it, but it's still resting on the roof of your mouth. Okay, and then just go back into feeling the air coming in and out of your nose right now. So let's just stay in your nose. Just notice the sensations of your breath coming in and out of your nose. Maybe notice the temperature of the air, the coolness of the air coming in, and maybe it's slightly warmer on the out. So simply in and out, bringing your attention, steadying your mind just right now on the sensations in your nose of the in-breath and the out-breath. See how you can keep your attention on those little sensations. Just in and out. And notice the rate of your breathing. Notice how deep the air goes. Does it go deep into your lungs? Or is it just staying in the upper part of your chest? Notice the regularity or irregularity. Is there a rhythm? So you're just sensing the sensations going in and out the nose, the pace of your breathing, the depth of your breathing, and the regularity of your breathing. And then notice if you can hear your breathing or if it's quiet. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do the little exercise to sort of open up your nose. You may have noticed a little restriction in your nose while breathing. Might not feel super clear. But what we're going to do now is we're going to open up and dilate utilizing that nitric oxide that's housed in our nasal cavities and see how that impacts our breath. Okay, so we're going to just do a simple 3-count breath in, 3-count breath out, and then we'll hold for 5 seconds. And then we'll go 3 in, 3 out, 3 in, 3 out, hold for 5 seconds. Okay, but I'll guide you. Okay, so let's do a 3-second in. Again, mouth is closed. 1, 2, 3 in. 1, 2, 3 out. And hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3. Out 1, 2, 3. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In through the nose 1, 2, 3. Out through the nose 1, 2, 3. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In through the nose 2, 3. Out through the nose 2, 3. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In through the nose 2, 3. Out through the nose 2, 3. Hold 2, 3, 4, and 5. In 2, 3. Out 2, 3. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just return to your normal breathing. Still just mouth is closed, in and out through the nose. And notice the rate of your breathing now. Notice the depth. Notice the regularity or the irregularity. And notice how you feel. Like notice if your body has calmed down a little bit or if there's more ease or flow of the air coming in and out. And come back into that sensation just in the nose. So feel the air coming in the nose, notice the temperature, and then feel the air going back out the nose. Whatever that sensation is, whatever you can kind of feel and get and grasp on, and just follow that breath. in and out through the nose. And then begin to follow the in-breath. Follow the air in the nose and down through the throat and into the lungs. So feel the air coming in and all the way down into the lungs on the in-breath, and then just letting the air out on the out-breath. So we're lengthening out now, slowing it down, feeling it come all the way into our lungs, and then just letting it go out. Just letting it, not forcing it. So we're assisting it on the in. We're helping pull the air in just a little. And then we're just simply relaxing and letting the air out. It's almost like you're filling up the balloon on the in, and then you would just put a little pinhole in the balloon and let the balloon just naturally collapse to allow the air to go back out. But just keep slowing it down and following the air in the nose, down into the lungs, out of the lungs, and back out the nose. Just find your own natural rhythm and just keep following it. There's a little bit of help on the in, but just a complete relaxation on the out. Mouth is closed. And just follow that air in and out. Now bring your attention to the lower rib cage. And as you draw the air in, I want you to feel the rib cage moving out, laterally out. So as the air comes in, the rib cage expands out. And as the air goes out, the rib cage contracts and comes in. So the rib cage goes out on the in, and it goes in on the out. Help a little bit on the in by helping it expand and move out on the in, just a little. And then just relax it on the out. So there's a little bit of intention and a little bit of assistance on the in-breath, filling up the balloon. And then you're just letting the balloon collapse, letting the air come back out. So follow the air in the nose, deep into the lungs by allowing the ribs to move out on the in, and then allowing the ribs to move back in on the out. And just find your rhythm. Just follow that air. Feeling it come all the way in, deep into the lungs, and then back out. So it's not a big breath, but it's a deep breath. Okay, deep meaning you're helping to draw the air all the way down into the lower lungs. But that doesn't mean it's a huge, big breath. It just means it's a deep breath. And it's a slow breath in and a slow, relaxed breath out. So whatever rhythm and pace you have going right now, I want you to slow it down even a little bit more, just a little bit. Just slow both the inhale and the exhale. Just slow it down a little bit. If you start to get anxious, or if your diaphragm or throat start to flutter, that means you've slowed it down too much. Okay, so just slow it down, but in a way that you can still feel really relaxed and calm and still follow it. It's very subtle. But you're slowing it down, drawing it in through the nose, through the throat, deep into the lower parts of the lungs, feeling the rib cage expand. And then the rib cage relaxes and comes in, and the air gently leaves the body. Just nice and relaxed. Now we'll bring in one more component, and this is the diaphragm. So as the rib cage expands out on the in-breath, I want you to also sense your diaphragm dropping down on the in-breath. So the diaphragm is lowering, the rib cage is expanding, and the air is being pulled in to the lower lobes of your lungs. And then the diaphragm is lifting, coming back up under the ribs. The ribs are contracting just a little bit to allow the air to just release and come back up and out through your nose. So in and out through your nose, mouth is relaxed, lips are closed, but now you're sensing the diaphragm lowering to allow the air to come in, and then diaphragm lifting, going back up under your ribs to allow and relax and just let the air passively leave your body. So there's some intention, some help on the in, pulling the diaphragm down, but then it's just like the little pinhole in the balloon, letting the diaphragm lift naturally, letting the rib cage come in naturally as the breath just flows out effortlessly, relaxed. Feel the air in through the nose, all the way down into the lower lungs. Notice the temperature change from the in-breath to the out-breath. And if your mind wanders and you start thinking about things you have to do, just come back to the sensations of the breath. Part of this practice, too, is helping to develop your ability to concentrate, to steady the mind. It's not that you have to quiet the mind. It's that when you notice your mind thinking about other things, just to keep bringing it back. Each time that you bring it back to the goal, which for this practice is just maintaining attention on the different sensations of the breathing right now, you're training your attention, you're training your concentration. You're learning to steady your mind. So feel the rib cage and the diaphragm moving on the in-breath. Rib cage is moving out, diaphragm is moving down. And then feel the rib cage moving in, diaphragm moving up on the out-breath. And soften your belly to allow that space for the rib cage and the diaphragm to move. That's why we soften the belly. You just soften it so the rib cage can move out, and the diaphragm can move down as we gently, intentionally help to pull the air into our bodies. And then we relax fully and just let the air out. Lips are closed. Mouth and jaw are relaxed. Tongue is resting on the roof of your mouth and it's wide, it's not tense. Just relax it all the way to the root of the tongue, but notice it's still on the roof of your mouth. And soften those muscles around the eyes and then soften them even some more. Notice any tension in your forehead and brow, and just on that next exhale, just let any tension there soften just a little. Check in with your shoulders. Let them drop and widen and open. Check in with your hands, your fingers. Let them go. Just let the hands open, relaxed. Notice the tingling, any sensations there. Notice the temperature of the air between your fingers. while you're still breathing. Soft belly, rib cage moving out on the in, rib cage moving in on the out. Diaphragm moving down on the in, diaphragm moving up under the rib cage on the out. Gentle assistance to the air coming in and full relaxation of the air going out. Not taking big breaths, but taking deep breaths, deep into the lungs, the lower parts of the lungs. If you can, let's slow down your breath even just a little bit more. Again, if you notice any discomfort, any fluttering, or any feelings of anxiety or frustration, then you've slowed down the breath too much. Just slow it down a little bit more. But it's that fine line. Okay, you want to still be calm. And then see if you can quiet your breath even more. So you're slowing it down, you're making it quieter and lighter, almost as though you can't even feel the air moving the hairs in your nose. You can feel the temperature, but it's so slow in both directions that those little hairs aren't really moving in your nostrils. See if you can slow it down to that place without doing too much where your diaphragm would flutter or you start getting restless or anxious. Okay, but see if you can keep slowing it down, lightening it up, making it more and more quiet and soft and easy as you feel the rib cage moving out on the in and moving in on the out. As you feel the diaphragm dropping down on the in and raising back up under the rib cage for the out. As you feel the air moving in through the nostrils and all the way down, and then just relaxing completely on the out. Softening the hands and the fingers. Softening your belly. Relaxing your lips and your mouth, your tongue. Letting your eyes soften even more. Noticing any thoughts, but choosing not to follow. Just coming back to the breathing. Hearing sounds, but not following the sounds, but noticing the sounds. Noticing any smells, even a taste, whatever. Just picking up other senses while maintaining most of your attention on your breathing. Slowing it down, quieting breathing, and completely relaxing on the exhale. So there's a little bit of help on the inhale, and then a complete letting go on the exhale. Just letting the body exhale. Check back in with the speed of your breath now, and the rhythm, and the depth. And even rest your hands on the lateral parts of your rib cage, the lower parts of your rib cage. And just see if you can feel the rib cage moving out and up on the in-breath. And then back in on the out-breath. So see if you can feel the rib cage moving out, expanding on the in-breath, and then gently moving in and contracting on the out-breath. And soften the belly. Keep breathing just in and out through your nose. Tongue rested on the roof of your mouth. And whatever pace you're going at, just count how many seconds your inhale is. And just see if you can do 1.5 times that for the exhale. So if you count to 4 on the in, slow down the exhale to 6. Or if you count to 6 on the in, slow down your exhale to 10. So we're slowing down the exhale so that it's slower than the inhale. We're helping, just gently helping on the inhale, but we're not assisting much at all, if at all, on the exhale. We're just letting that exhale really lengthen and linger. Not big breaths, but deep, slow, quiet breaths. Easy, but long, lingering, easy, effortless, relaxed exhales. So exhales are longer than inhales right now. And just stay with that while also noticing your shoulders and relaxing and widening your shoulders, softening all of those muscles in your face, your cheeks and your jaws, your eyes, your lips and mouth, and forehead. On each exhale, just intend to relax even more, just letting go of any tension, any discomfort. And it might not all go, but just set the intention to relax the discomfort, to relax just any of the tension, relax the mind on the exhale. Again, the mind may not quiet, but just set the intention to quiet the mind, to relax the mind, to stay just in the breath, just in the sensations of the breath. And feel the rib cage moving out on the in, and the rib cage gently moving back in on that long, slow out. And stay with that rhythm. And you're going to add in on the exhale, you're going to add in, because you guys are all by yourselves. You don't have to be any concerned about any of us hearing it because you're all muted, but you're just going to let yourself hum through the nose on the out breath. And the reason we're going to hum is because that actually helps release more nitric oxide, dilates those lungs, the areolas in the lungs, the whole breathing channel. And it also relaxes our nervous system even more. So allow yourself to just have a gentle, long, slow hum through your nose. Let it vibrate your nose on the exhale. Just letting the hum slow and steady. Just do 3 or 4 hums on the exhale. Nice, slow. It might even lengthen your exhale out even more. Let that lengthen it out as long as it'll go. And then check back in with the rate of your breathing now. Notice if you feel any more openness through the nose, through the whole breathing mechanism. It might be even easier, might be more flowy. And just go with it. Just let that flow naturally happen. So now we're not forcing sort of any time. We're not forcing the exhale to be longer than the inhale. We're just now letting the body essentially breathe at its rhythm right now. So just follow the breath without really setting any intention now on shifting it or changing it, other than keeping your mouth and lips closed. So you're just staying through the nose, but you're letting the body now breathe in its rhythm. And if your mind starts going to other things, just come back to witnessing your own breathing, your own body breathing at its rate, at its depth. And you're just witnessing it. Notice how little air you're actually needing to take in. Observe just any sound or lack of sound that you're making while you're breathing. Check in and see if the ribs are expanding on the in-breath and your diaphragm is lowering on the in-breath. Or you might feel or see your belly rising on the in-breath. So you're just now really witnessing your whole body doing what it knows how to do, breathing, your heart's beating. And you're challenging your own attention to stay focused on the breathing and on the body. It's natural for the mind to start spinning stories, but you're training your attention and your concentration at the same time that you're shifting your nervous system, the state of your whole physiology through your deliberate shift in your breathing. And if it feels natural for you, if your body feels really in a good place, and this feels really calm, but yet aware and alert, allow yourself to smile in your eyes, in your lips, to help sort of soak this into your nervous system. A gentle smile will release more dopamine, which will help flag it as a keeper for your brain and your body. So let that happen if it's natural. Notice any sounds that are really close by. Sounds, it could be your own breathing, could be the sound in your room, wherever you are. Just notice any sounds that are really close to you. And don't follow them, but just see if you can notice all the little subtle sounds going on around you, while at the same time maintaining a connection to your breathing. And then expand out a little bit more. So maybe outside of the room that you're in, maybe it's outside, but just start listening to sounds that are farther away from where you actually are, while still maintaining that connection with your own breathing, the body breathing. And then expand out even farther to the farthest away sounds you can hear. Just see whatever it is you can hear way off in the distance. While still maintaining that sense of your body breathing. So as your attention is way out there, allow the image of yourself breathing from way out there. Just let your mind kind of get your body breathing in that sense of vastness, that sense of space. Not just in your room, not just in your house, but in the land all around. And just pan out and get a visual image in your brain of the sense of space all around you and the sense of life that's going on all around you. The sounds that you're hearing and what they're tied to, the birds, the cars, the people working, while your body right here is going on breathing. So allow yourself to connect your own breathing and your own feeling of your body breathing with the vastness of all the life that's going on all around you. The wholeness, the allness, the sense of vastness and spaciousness while your body is breathing. Come back into now the sensations where we started of the air coming in and out of your nostrils. Just the air coming in and out. Notice the speed, like the speed, the rate. Notice the temperature. Notice if it feels more clear and more easy, effortless. See if you can tie into that feeling of how easy it is to breathe, how natural. And see if you can tie into how enjoyable it is to actually take an easy, quiet, slow, and deep, not big, but deep breath. And connect with the enjoyment of that feeling of an easy, light, quiet, and relaxing breath. And if you get that going and you feel that, stay with it. Keep your attention on that enjoyment, what feels really good about that, what's important about how having that calm breath would really make a big difference in your life right now. That sense of calm strength, balanced energy. So if you have that experience going, let it really intensify a little bit. Let it fill up your body, let it fill up your breath, and let your nervous system soak it in. Let it nurture your nervous system with a little bit of intention. You're not trying to make it land, but you're intentionally opening up your body, opening up your breathing to learn that this is the state that your nervous system can anchor itself in. A sense of calm strength, sense of ease, sense of capability, or clarity, or creativity, or a sense of connectedness with yourself and all the life around you. Just let that settle into your nervous system, into your brain, into your posture, into the muscles in your face and head, just into your whole chemistry. And as we come out of this, just very slowly and easily let your eyes open and start orienting around your room and around your space as you're still maintaining that felt sense of your body breathing at a very easy, quiet, relaxed place. However that breathing is for you, just maintain that as you start opening your eyes and start re-engaging with more and more of your senses around you and more of what is up next for you in your life, in your day. But I want you to really think about and feel how you can carry this connection with your breathing as you move, as you get up, as you start doing the rest of today, whatever that is. So you're going to have that sense of being with your breath, being with your body, being grounded in your nervous system, in the state of your physiology, while you do whatever you need to do today and tomorrow. Thank you for doing that. That was great. Hopefully you stayed awake. I'm going to unmute just to make sure. All right, who's awake? Holly's awake.
I'm awake.
Hey. Did anybody slow down their breathing? Hey, Lily. Did anybody get any fluttering or anything or any anxiety?
No.
Oh, good. Okay, awesome. So, the intent is to. I kind of shifted a little bit. Instead of recording and having you all follow certain rhythms, I was trying to have you find your own rhythm today a little bit differently. We all don't have the same rhythm, but there are some fundamentals that we know from science. And one is breathing with your mouth closed is really, really helpful to helping regulate the state of your nervous system, plus utilizing that nitric oxide, the moisture in the air stays in your system. There's a number of physiological benefits to nose breathing versus mouth breathing. So that's fundamental. So that's what we were doing. We also know that if we deliberately slow down our breathing, and it's between 5.5 and 6 breaths per minute, so that could be 6 seconds or 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Could be 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Okay. we know that that, for some reason, seems to be the magical number for the bulk of population to downregulate our sympathetic part of our nervous system and to really move us up into that maximal heart rate variability, respiratory sinus arrhythmia, which correlate to regulating your heart and lungs to be in that what's called the ventral vagal state, which is the place for health, growth, and restoration. So we know that. So that's why we're deliberately slowing down the breath. We also know that if we overbreathe, in other words, if we take huge breaths, I know that we've been told and taught, like, take a deep breath, let it go. But what deep is the depth into your lungs. Deep is not big. We know that if we overbreathe, we also change our biochemistry and we actually blow off too much carbon dioxide. And when we blow off, like hyperventilate, and we blow off too much carbon dioxide, then we actually don't absorb enough of the oxygen into the bloodstream, into the cells, into the muscles that are working, and even most importantly, into the brainstem and into the brain. So purposely creating a little bit of air hunger, in other words, feeling like you're slowing down your breath and lightening it up and you're not over breathing, is actually shifting your biochemistry to also help you regulate your state and give more blood to your brain so you can think better and do all those things and down regulate your amygdala. And so those were kind of the three fundamentals that I tied in today. Nose breathing, the pace, slowing it down, lengthening the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. That helps too with state regulation. And then helping shift the biochemistry a little bit so that the oxygen is actually more readily absorbed into your brain and into your tissues. So those are the three kind of key takeaways that you can do on your own, right? You can breathe with your mouth closed.
Was it 5 to 6 breaths a minute? Is
5.5 to 6. That's general. Mine's lower. Like my normal breathing is more in the 4.5, 4 to 4.5 per minute.
even when you're not thinking about it?
Yeah, when I'm not thinking about it, I'm down there.
Okay.
I just like flash in, like when I'm relaxed, right?
Yeah.
But like if we're gonna purposely sort of maximize heart rate variability and respiratory sinus arrhythmia, which we know are really good indicators of a resilient well-being, 5.5 to 6 breaths per minute. You know that thing I normally play that has the bells?
Yeah.
And then it's that's 6 seconds each way. So
Okay.
that's right in there. It's that same thing.
All right.
And that's called coherent breathing. Coherent meaning that it's the same on both, and that they've proven too that really maximizes that heart rate variability. But there's a number of other papers that all seem to fit into that 5.5 to 6 range that it's been studied the most.
All right.
Sweet. Oh, thank you guys.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
Great to
you.
see you too.
Thank
All
you.
right. See ya.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.